Hi guys, Chris Udemy here. How y'all doing? Today we're going to be looking at the solo from Crows on a Wire by Alter Bridge. Funnily enough, it is actually Myles Kennedy. Didn't know the dude could shred this well. Anyway, let's take a look. Alright guys, so before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning, which is drop C, which goes C, G, C, F, A, D. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. I'm going to start off with this phrase. So what I've got here is I've got an in and out bend from 13 of the second string, but I've got that pinch harmonic on my right hand there. When I get to the top of the bend, I'm going to bring it down just as a regular note. Add a little bit of vibrato and then bring it down. You'll notice that I'm kind of doing that quick in and out bend, very reminiscent of Tornado of Souls for me. That kind of approach to that intro bend. So it goes. Sounds better with the squealy, and then I work into this phrase. So what I'm working with here, at least in my mind, is a pretty predictable kind of Phrygian dominant set of melody and motif. Those kind of notes. So at the start of that phrase, I've got this. So what I'm doing is a slide from 10 to 11 on the first string, and then I'm hammering from that 11 to 14, which is that tone and a half step, giving us the Phrygian dominant sound. At the end of that, I'm doing that 14th fret as a semitone bend. At the end of that, hammer on, pull off, going 11, 14, 11. Then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 10, 11 on the first string. Then I play 13 of the second string into 10 of the first. Then I'm going to do the 13, 10 idea again, but this time I'm going to bend the 13, so it'll go regular 13, 10. Bent 13, 10. So to go. At the end of that, we're going to end that little phrase with 10 to 13 on the second string, which is this. Hopefully that's making sense. Let's do it one more time from the top and then we'll add the second half to it. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Just going into 12 of the third string and then a semitone bend from 11. Now I do think on the album version there is a bit of a whammy dive there. I'm unfortunately locked on this particular guitar. You can just go add a little bit of a slide of your, whammy dive hindrance as I am. Then I work into this phrase. Okay, start of that, I'm starting with a slide into 7 of the 4th string. I do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 3rd. And I've got exactly the same phrase 3 times in a row. So I'm doing it's almost like a whole step bend with my pointer from the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So I'm almost bending into that note that I'm about to hit on 7th fret. It's almost a bit of a country vibe to it, but I've got 3 of those in a row. At the end of that, 1 and 2 and 3, and on the 4th one, I go to the open G, or it's open F now, but anyway, the open 3rd string. At the end of that, I'm going to do a slide from 3 to 5 back to 3 on the 3rd string. Then a big fat slide. I'm going from roughly the 12 of the 6th string, but it doesn't really matter. We just want a big slide inference. That's the whole section. Let's do it relatively slowly from the start, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. All right, let's have a look at the second section. There are some fast bits in this. I think for me, the hardest bit is we have to drift from a tripleted 8th subdivision into a 16th, a straight 16th note subdivision. We'll deal with that when we get there, but it's going to kind of start off with the sort of happy, jolly, shanty pulse. I'll show you that first phrase. Let's slow that down. So I've got the same frets 3 times in a row across 3 strings. For the start of that, I'm playing 12, 15 on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, and obviously that drop tuning makes the 6th and the 4th string an octave apart perfectly. So it's kind of cool to get some interesting shapes with this. I do the same thing 3 times, but I'm hammering the first group. Then I've got, I like to pick the 5th and the 4th string. Then I work into this phrase. So what I've got here is a 3-note chromatic going 14, 13, 12 on the 3rd string, and then 15, 14, 12 on the 4th string. So that's more sort of that diatonic sound. All together. Okay, then from that point, it's kind of a, it's like a minor 9-ish kind of vibe. Root, 3rd, 5th, major 7, and then a 9 there. I'm hammering into this, so I'm playing from 12 to 15 on the 4th string, and then from that point I'm going down a string and down a fret every time. So I've got 15, 14, 13, and I'm ending on 12 with the 1st. At the end of that, I'm going to hammer from 12 to 15. You will notice though that I'm going to my ring finger. The reason why I do that, there's a weird chromatic there which goes, it's actually an octave above that phrase we had before. So if I hammer with the pinky, I'm kind of screwing myself over to get that position correct. So if I do the hammer on from 12 to 15 with my pointer, when I've got that grace slide from 15 to 17 into that shred, I'm just copy pasting that original motif up the octave. So let's go through that idea and then we'll join it together. I'm playing 17, 16, 15 on the 1st string, and then 18, 17, 15 on the 2nd. So all together of this group, hopefully that's all making sense. So this whole thing's been going triplet, 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 triplet. You can hear the jolliness of that. Then from that point, it's going to a 16th note chromatic. So I'm going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think it's good to practice. I'm a very metronome encouraging guy to practice doing those subdivisions separately and then getting used to drifting them from one to the other. So the chromatic idea is super simple. It's just played quite quickly. I'm playing 18, 17, 16, 15 from the 1st all the way to the 6th string. A bit like something Avenged Sevenfold would do. I think sort of like Beast in the Harlot. I think there's something like that in there. Maybe Bat Country, I can't remember. But anyway, we do it across all 6 strings, and then I've got a slide from 17 of the 5th string. And that is all of that second section. Let's do it again at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. Let's do it again one more time with some tabs. Okay, so we're going to end on this sexy blues lick now. The last section, we start off with this. So what I've got here is a double bend from 15 to the 1st string. At the end of that, I'm going 13, 15, 13 on the 1st string. Then resolving to 15 of the 2nd string. And you'll notice that I'm kind of vibratoing up with that. Just makes the most sense for my finger pattern. I don't know, I just can't get that delicious wide vibrato when I'm trying to bend down. So it's just something to think about. All together. I've got 2 leading notes, and then we're working into a pentatonic in groups of 4. So I've got the leading notes. I'm going from 10 to 13 on the 2nd string. And if we were in standard tuning, we'd be kind of playing around the D minor pentatonic, if that gives you some scope as to sort of the position we're dealing with. So we're dealing with this kind of thing. Now, after I've done those 2 leading notes, I'm doing a 4-note grouping. That goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the last group is a group of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. There goes into that delicious bit. Anyway, after we've done that leading note, let's go through this 4-note grouping. I'm going from 10 of the 1st string, using a D minor pentatonic shape, 10 of the 1st, then I'm playing 13 to 10 on the 2nd, resolving to 12 of the 3rd. That's our first group of 4 notes. Then I've got, our next group's going to go 13 to 10 as a pull-off on the 2nd string, and then 12 to 10 on the 3rd string, once again as a pull-off. So we've got 2 groups of 4 now. So I've got, this is going from 10 to the 2nd string now, so it's obviously cascading in quite a predictable manner. I'm going to be playing 10 of the 2nd string, 12, 10 as a pull-off on the 3rd, and 12 of the 4th. At the end of that, I'm just going to repeat those last 3 notes, which was 12, 10 on the 3rd, and 12 of the 4th. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So all 16ths, except the last group is 2 16ths and an 1/8. Hopefully that's all making sense. And then we're working to this phrase. So what I've got here is I'm sliding into 12 of the 4th string. And I'm playing 10, 12, 13 on the 3rd. Then it goes to 10, 11, 13 on the 2nd string. 10, 11, 13. Then a big delicious bend from 13. And that is the whole section. He loves that cheeky double bend. Anyway, let's go right back to the start of the section. Play it again at a gentlemanly pace. And then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from Crows on a Wire by Alter Bridge. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You're welcome to hit the donate link if you want to throw a couple of bucks my way. And if you want tabs to this lesson and anything else that I do, please join up with the mailing list. It is completely free. You'll get tabs for every lesson on my uploads and other cheeky deals as they arise as well. I have multiple books out at the moment if you want to check those out. Want to up your chops in shredding, sweeping, legato, and tapping, in modes, improvisation, writing, all of that jazz. They're available in my books, and I have multiple video courses available for said books across Udemy and chrissuper.com. All of those will be in the description box from this lesson. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson itself. I'll have more content coming soon, and I'll catch you all very soon.